Alright guys, good morning to everyone. We're going to be creating this beautiful design using your smartphone. Now, the first thing we're going to be doing is let's reduce this image. Let's place it here first. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing the size of our design. So first of all, change the size to 1080, the height to 1350. Please take note that's 4.5 ratio. 1080 to 1350. Alright, so that's the first thing there. So we're going to be working with our shapes first, then after the shape we move to typography, then after typography we move to the picture, then we add the little elements that was used in the design. So let's go. So as I said earlier, that one of the best ways to actually get a perfect design that you're trying to recreate is using your color pick tool. So let's create our shape. That's the first thing first we're going to be doing, is to create our shapes. Change the color to red. Now I want to make it gradient. I want to make the color, so I'm going to make the color gradient. So I'm going to be using the third box, and then just use this one. Yep, using the color pick tool. So we select our first color from here and we use that for the first side. Then for the other side, there's going to be the light side. The light part of the color. Just let it a bit. Yes, that's perfect. That's for the first shape. So we'll just duplicate this one. And increase it and place it somewhere here, and we send it to the back. Yep, that's it. So guys, if you are new to the channel, please, I would love for you to kindly subscribe to our channel so you'll be the first to get any video being posted on the page. If you found this class educating. So moving forward, we're going to be adding our text. So just move forward to add our text. Let's place this here to grow your business. Alright, so the next thing we do is to change the font. So after changing the font, and I noticed that the text, there's some space in between, so I want to make it closer to each other. So I'm going to be using my line shaping tool to close that gap. So I just adjust it. I reduce it from here to give me that close reach. Yes, perfect. Then I use my size to reduce the. So the next thing is, if you notice there is a text beneath it. What was the text? Let me increase this. Okay, it says, relax while we help you grow your business. We are dedicated to delivering high quality designs that levels a lasting impression. So that's our second text. So just click on this and duplicate to make it easier for you. Then change the text. Yeah, I think it's okay this way. The next thing there is our service. There's a shape inside that he used to write that the text was written in on. So we're going to put that shape. So it's simple. Just use your shape to do that, and increase your radius. Increase it and adjust to what you want. So you increase the radius to the fullest first and adjust it to what you want. So you can also change your color from here. So we're going to be using the color we used, consistency. Then you click it. So we just reduce. Shape is small, so I'll just increase this. Just because I want to see what I'm doing. For details. So I'll just reduce it to see if it's too big. So what I'm doing now, for you to be able to move the way I'm moving, you click on the plus icon here. You will see this box with the number. So it's going to enable you to zoom in, zoom out this way. Then if you notice, once you are zooming and you are zooming out, you won't be able to design anything until you click on the plus icon again. Then you'll not be able to touch your designs. If you don't click on it, you won't be able to touch your designs. Do you understand? So if you click on it now, you can zoom in and zoom out. So for you to be able to design again, you have to click on it again, then to be able to do your designs. Please take note of that. Alright, so back to the design. So the shape is too big, so I'm just going to reduce it a bit. Yeah, I think this is okay. So let's change the color of this down to click our gradient that we have created already. Then we create changes to black. So moving forward, we add our the text that was being written inside. That is our services, right? So alright, so the next thing there is to add the services. Alright, so we'll just do that quickly. Alright, that's it. So we are going to use this as spacing to just merge the text a bit closer to each other. Do you understand? Let me explain. See, if you increase your spacing you see that the text it's just like slanting, and the space is increasing from each other. But if you reduce it, you see that it's coming closer to each other, and you can easily read it. You see it, but you have to not make it too much. Do you understand? That's the essence of your spacing. Then for your line spacing is to the spacing between these texts. Do you understand how far you want it to be from each other? So for the essence of this design, just want to increase it a bit. Yeah, that should be okay. So let's use our graph to know if okay. So one more thing is, as you can see, this is a live class. This is literally a live class, so I'm creating it from scratch. So one more thing is that the dots circle by the side. So let's work on it. So one more thing is that I did not mention is this 3D box here is called your graph. So what is your graph used for? So you use your graph to actually measure your design, to make it known if it's on the right to arrange your typography and your design. Although it's actually used for some other things, I will actually explain it better during this class. But for the sake of this class, so I will want to use it to position my text to know if they are centralized and they are aligned to each other. So I'm going to increase the number of the graph to, let's say, 12. Okay, this is okay. Just to centralize them. Do you understand? So I think this is okay. This flyer shift a bit, and this one should come out here because there's going to be an icon by the side. Okay, I think we are cool for now. Okay, this is our services, and we should adjust it. So let me click mask this. Okay, so click masking is when you're trying to add two things to make it one. So in this design, we want to add the shape and the text together so that it can be on one material, like one thing. So trying to merge them together. Do you understand? So it cannot be one, so that you can move them together. So you click on the image. Let me start again. You click on your icon down here, then click on what you want to mask together. Then you click on this here. Then to ask you, are you sure you want to merge this selected object? You click on OK, and that's it. If you click, try and see it now. So I did that because I want to move this inside here. It was like this before, so I want to move it inside here. That's why I did that. The next thing we're going to do now is creating the circle icon. So just click on your shape, then change the box to circle. Then let's change the color to this. Then reduce it because we want it to be very, 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 very small as possible, like very, very, very small. I want it very, very small. Can you see how small it is? So because it's small, so we're going to be using our position to adjust it. Because if your hand can't, you can use your hand, but for this I'm going to be using my position to make it faster. Okay, making sense? Then just make it a bit smaller. Let's take a look at what we are doing, if it's making sense. Do you see it? So let's do the last one. That was nice. And yep, we're done. You see it, guys? So that's for that. So the next thing we're going to be doing is add your WhatsApp number. So I'm literally just going to add random numbers because for the essence of this design, do you understand? So as I said, the first way to get color is by using your color pick tool to get the color that was used on the design. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to do is just add our image because we're done with the text at this part of the text, and there are some other little materials they use, like the shape, which we're also going to use that too. So just let us add our image. I already have the image already. Our image, yep, this place. Okay, so let me just make it a bit bigger this way. Yeah, this, I think this is okay. Then let's adjust this a bit. Yeah, this way. And let me increase this a bit. Yeah, perfecto. Okay, so the other thing we did, right? Let me lighten this guy up a bit using your color filters. So just increase the red. Increase the red a bit. No. Okay. Then increase the saturation. Nearly turn into window. Hey, okay, this is better. Then the bright. Looking like a Nigerian guy now. See, I'll just make him fine. Then increase the contrast a bit. Yeah, I think it's better. Yeah, see, I've just made him fine. You see, so the next thing we do is just to add those icons. So the first icon that was used was this arrow icon to just add. So how do you add things? You have to make sure that you are not on any object, like you're not on any object. You make sure it's blank. So you click on your blank surface, so you will get this sticker, import, draw, and shape. Do you understand? But if you should click on something, you notice that it has changed. Do you see it? Your tools has changed. But if you click on the blank surface, you notice that it has also changed. So you click on your import, and let's import the first Tara. Adjust it, keep on adjusting. Adjust it. Yeah. Let's lock this guy. So when you lock something, you're locking it because you don't want it to be moving. You want it to be stiff. See, I lock the guy. Can you see it? I can't click on him. He's stiff. But if I want to click on him again, I will have to unlock him. Do you understand? So let's lock him back. Then put it this way here. So once you've done your design and you already have this result, so how to export from your application down to your mobile phone, so you can actually send to your assignment group chat. So you click on this memory card icon here, then click on save as image. Then you get the image format JPG, but we want to use PNG. Then you change the dimensions to up as highest quality. Then you save. So you can also save to your as image project. Project means that you want the design to be on your phone, so that when you come back for it, it's still going to be saved. Because if you don't save it as project, once you move away from the app, like once you minimize and swipe the app and come back to it, your design is going to be gone. So it's always good to save your design as project, so that you can also get like a reference back to your design. So you understand?